Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a fun collaboration hop between Crafty Meraki and Lindy's gang. I am creating a card using the new release Passion Posies stamp set, and the good thing about this is at one go you can stamp all the elements and then use that coordinated die to die cut all the elements. I quite like such sets where effortlessly you can create multiple elements at the same time. So I have stamped my elements and embossed them with boogie down black and die cut them, and I am going to be using an assortment of shakers from the new set that was released, the Painter's Palette. So to begin with, I have Every Picture Tells a Story from Kissing Klimt, and on my palette all I've done is added a little water, and I'm going to sprinkle these shakers one by one. Next up is Ears Looking at Your Olive from Winnie's View. Again, just sprinkling that and adding it onto my palette. After that, the next color that I am using is Gustav's Gold from Kissing Klimt set and Cafe Terrace Tangerine from Winnie's View. And the last color is Das Werk Wine from Kissing Klimt again. So once I've sprinkled all of these, I am just going to use my paintbrush to nicely mix each of the colors to create my custom watercolors so that I can then begin painting my image. Now using a fine tip paintbrush, I am going to start painting the florals. So something I forgot to mention earlier, I have stamped and embossed this image on watercolor paper because I am doing freestyle loose watercoloring to color this image. I want to create a colorful floral heart using all these colors. I will not be using the orange for the flowers particularly because I will use that for painting the background. So I begin one color at a time, and what I'm doing is laying out most of the color at the center of the petals and then dragging it outwards to create lighter tips. And I start from one corner of that heart, laying out the purple. I then go in with the yellow next to it. I then try and go in with the teal and the green, and then I start alternating from that so that I don't have two colors next to each other, and just using the same colors I alternate and randomly paint the flowers so that I have a nice colorful looking floral heart. I am basically repeating the same process with all the colors, first laying out the color at the center of the petals and then dragging it out. And then if I feel like I need a darker flower center, I go back in with more color, repeating the same process, darkening the flower petals and the base of the flower. So I am just going to leave you all with a little music here to enjoy this watercoloring process and be back when I'm nearly done. Now that all the floral clusters and elements are colored in, I am going to use the orange to fill in the background. So the border of the heart and all the empty spaces between the flowers, I am just going to use the Cafe Terrace Tangerine and paint right in with my paintbrush. I am doing this because I want to use this color as my background to create a nice deep dark contrast for these flowers that I've already painted. So filling in the white space with that bright orange will help me. You'll notice when I place it on my background in just a minute. But that is just a closer look at all the elements complete and this colorful heart. Now for the background, I am using an A2 sized watercolor paper just so that I can mount this heart on that. And like I said, I'm going back in with the orange and painting the background. So I am using a larger paintbrush and just adding this color on the background. And I then go in with my shaker and directly sprinkle the shaker onto the paper and mist with water and spread that color until I'm happy and I have a darker vibrant orange for the background. So this is something that you can of course do. You don't necessarily have to use the shakers mixed with water on your palette. They give a great result even when just sprinkled and then misted with water. That's the best part about these magical shakers. So now I have all of that ready. I am using this Lindy's Fairy Fluff Shaker Powder, which is a nice shimmer powder, and I'm mixing that with water to bring in shimmer for my card. So I'm going to just use that to add splatter on both the background and the colored heart. And once that looks good, I have just adhered some foam tape at the back of the heart, and I am going to glue that onto my card base and add white acrylic ink splatter to further enhance and create that mixed media look for this card. So I think this is working very well, and now you see how the heart, the floral heart, just seems to pop up from the background, that since we've colored that background. Now all of this is going to really pop up even more when I mount it on black cardstock. So I am using a black card mat and adhering this down before I adhere everything to my card base, and you can see it brings in so much more depth to all the colors that are going on in the background. So nicely adhering that, bringing back the sentiments from the same stamp set, I have chosen Thinking of You, and I'm going to attach thin strips of foam tape on this as well, just to create further dimension when I place it on my heart. And I always like to add a little bit of liquid glue over the foam tape to make sure my sentiment never falls off the card. So with that, I am going to place it on the heart and complete this card. I think that really looks stunning, and I always enjoy painting with Lindy's, and I'm bringing back touches of that orange very lightly on the sentiment so that it's not too white and everything is coordinated well. So with that done, this card is complete, and I hope you have enjoyed this. Do hop along with us. Since this is a collaboration hop, there are fabulous prizes to be won. So hop along, leave comments on every designer's video, like, share and subscribe, and enter a chance to win fabulous prizes from both Lindy's and Crafty Meraki. Until the next time, take care and bye-bye.